Saluton kai bonvenon. Hello and welcome. This is Lesson 2, Nouns, Adjectives, Plurals, and Articles. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you about nouns, adjectives, plurals, and articles. Before teaching you each of these in Esperanto, I'm going to explain how they're used in English, and I'll give you a few examples. Then I'll teach you how it's used in Esperanto, and then give you a few Esperanto examples. Let's begin with nouns. What is a noun? It's a word that represents a person, place, thing, or idea. An example of this is George Washington. George Washington is a noun because he's a person. The word beach is a noun because it's a place. The word happiness is also a noun because it's an idea. The word ham is a noun because it's a thing. But what about ham sandwich? Which word is the noun? In this case, the word sandwich is the noun, and the word ham is just describing what kind of sandwich it is. The word ham by itself would be a noun, but in this case, sandwich is the noun, because if you're talking about a ham sandwich, you're talking about a sandwich, not ham. Nouns in Esperanto are really easy. In English, you can't tell if a word is a noun just by looking at it, but you can in Esperanto. All nouns end in the letter O. This makes it really easy to recognize in Esperanto and easy to remember. One example is tree. In Esperanto, this uses the root word arb plus the O ending, so a tree is arbo. Another example is dog. In Esperanto, this uses the hund root plus O, so it's hundo. The next example is beach. In Esperanto, this uses the root word plaj plus the O ending, so it's plaĝo. The next part is about adjectives. What is an adjective? An adjective is any kind of describing word. It expresses quality or characteristic. And adjectives are always used to describe and modify nouns. My first example of an adjective is the word shiny. It's an adjective because it can describe something that's shiny. Another adjective is wet. And another adjective is cold. What about funny fish? Which word is a noun and which word is an adjective? With funny fish, the adjective is funny and the noun is fish, because the thing we're talking about is a fish, and funny is describing what kind of fish it is. So how do adjectives work in Esperanto? In English, you can't really tell if a word is an adjective just by looking at it, but in Esperanto you can. In Esperanto, all adjectives have the ending a, so this makes it really easy to recognize and really easy to remember. One example of this is beautiful. Beautiful is an adjective because it can describe something that's beautiful. In Esperanto, we use the root word bel plus the a ending, so this is bella. Another example of an adjective is big. In Esperanto, we use the root word grand plus the a ending, so we say granda. One more example is fast. For this, we use the root word rapid plus the a ending, so it's rapida. In Esperanto, we can also convert nouns into adjectives and vice versa. Take the root word dom. With this, you can make the word domo, house, which is a noun, or you can make the word doma, which means domestic, and that's an adjective. Another example of this is the root word sal. With this root, you can make salo, which is salt, or you can make the word sala, which means salty. Now you might be wondering how you use adjectives in combination with nouns. In English, the adjective always comes before the noun that it's describing, but Esperanto is a lot more flexible. In Esperanto, adjectives can be before or after the noun that they modify. Both of these placements of the adjective are 100% grammatically correct. An example of this is sweet apple. You can either say dolce pomo, or you can say pomo dolce. Either of these is correct. To say big cat, you could say granda kato, or you could say kato granda. The next section is plurals. What are plurals? Well, plural just means more than one. In English, a plural usually ends in s or es, but there are of course some exceptions to this rule. Here's a few examples of plurals. The plural of pencil is pencils. The plural for brush is brushes. The plural for table is tables. Here are a few irregular examples. The plural for person is people. The plural for goose is geese. And the plural for mouse is mice. So these don't follow the standard s-es rule in English. But Esperanto is much simpler and much easier. To make something plural in Esperanto, you just add the letter yo. And this can be done with nouns and adjectives. But if an adjective is describing a plural noun, it must also be plural, so the nouns and adjectives have to match in their number. Let's take the example chair. In Esperanto, this is seĝo. To make chairs, we just add the letter yo, so we say seĝoj. As I said before, adjectives can also be made plural. So fast car is rapida auto in Esperanto. But if we want to say fast cars, we have to say rapidaj autoj. Notice that the letter yo is on rapida and on auto because we're talking about multiple cars and all of these cars are fast. So we say rapidaj autoj. For my next example, please take note that kai means and. So what about granda hundo kai kato? Notice that there's no letter yo on granda, but there are multiple nouns in the sentence. So what is granda describing? Well, it's describing the dog, so this translates to big dog and cat. It's not saying that the cat is big, it's only saying that the dog is big. So what about grandaj hundo kai kato? Well, in this case, the letter yo is on granda, so we know it's describing multiple things. In this case, grandaj hundo kai kato translates to big dog and big cat, because granda is describing dog and cat. The last section for this lesson is articles. What is an article? An article is just a little word that shows how specific a noun is. In English, there are two types of articles, definite and indefinite. The definite article in English is the. The indefinite articles in English are a or an. As an example, a pen. It doesn't really say which pen, it's just saying a pen in general. But when we use the definite article the and we say the pen, you know we're talking about a specific pen. Articles are extremely easy in Esperanto because there's only one article to remember. This is the definite article la, which never changes. And we actually don't use an indefinite article in Esperanto. The first example with an article is the leaf. In Esperanto, this is la folio. What about the leaves? Well, the definite article never changes, but you do need to make leaves plural, so we say la folioj. And remember, I said Esperanto doesn't have an indefinite article, so how do we translate a leaf? Well, we just say folio. Folio can translate to leaf or a leaf, and that all depends on the context. So to review, we learned that nouns have the ending o. We also learned that adjectives have the ending a. And we learned that to make a noun or adjective plural, you add the letter yo. And we also learned that the definite article in Esperanto is la. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up my video if you liked it, and please subscribe to my channel for more lessons. Thank you.